Get ready to discover a film you might not know about. Watch out and take care. The film begins with a scene showing a man and a woman making love in a boiler room, but their interaction is quickly interrupted when the man suddenly becomes irritated and the woman swiftly exits the scene, revealing that the two were strangers. Man Igor, a plumber, is on a job at an office after completing his tasks. Afterward, he invites his wife Flora to watch a movie, despite his attempts to hide his feelings of restlessness and a lack of children in his life. Flora, his long-term spouse, is known for her positive attitude and industrious nature. As the plot develops, the audience sees the complexities of their relationship and Igor's internal conflicts as he tries to support his wife. Flora chooses to run her laundry operation but often has to borrow money from Igor to cover her daily expenses, while another character, Pina, enters the scene. She works as an office assistant while Igor is fixing pipes, and Pina is also a single mother, juggling her job and her son's care. Lorenzo, the child of Pina and Igor, comes into her life after their divorce. Igor and Pina reunite at the office cafeteria, where there's an underlying tension as Pina flaunts her skirt, which Igor seems to understand as a different kind of event. Pina talks to her son, Lorenzo, about the possibility of having a boyfriend, but Lorenzo realizes the complexities of relationships between genders and disagrees with his mother's views. Meanwhile, Igor turns down Flora's offer for a romantic relationship, citing exhaustion. The situation changes when Pina suggests they stay at a hotel for more independence, but their schedule is disrupted when Pina gets a call from Lorenzo, who seems to press her to come back home right away. The next day, Pina invites Igor another hotel visit, but he doesn't appear as he's scheduled a meeting with Flora in the boiler room at her workplace. He realizes that Igor has finished his project, and a feeling of sorrow washes over him, fearing she might not see him again. Meanwhile, Igor surprises Flora with a big cardboard box, which she initially thought was a washing machine to help with her laundry business. However, when she finds out that Igor has spent all their savings on a photocopier for his plans, Flora becomes enraged. She doesn't understand why Igor would spend money on a photocopier that's not suitable for their business. In another part of the story, Lorenzo's scattered toys lead Pina to throw them away out of frustration after realizing his favorite ones are missing. Lorenzo feels sad. Pina tries to cheer him up by giving him a new toy car and promising to take him to the park over the weekend. Meanwhile, Igor successfully puts together the photocopier. The photocopier Flora bought after going through the instruction manual, even though it initially irritated her, led her to start a photocopying service in their modest apartment. During this period, Flora began to suspect Igor's actions, directly questioning him about his involvement with another woman. Igor, however, denied any inappropriate behavior, leaving Flora feeling uneasy. Deciding to take a break from home, Flora left for a few days. Tina tried to reach out to Igor, but her phone call was declined, indicating that her visit was no longer welcome. Upon her return, Igor told Flora that many clients were interested in his photocopying services, hoping to mend their relationship. He then invited Flora for a relaxed conversation at a bar, taking advantage of their long-standing connection. Their bond remains strong despite Igor's efforts. Their connection is put under more pressure when Igor turns down Flora's romantic gestures. Tina struggles with her anger and criticizes Lorenzo for his irritability and lack of interest in dining at Pina's. To his surprise, Lorenzo reveals he wants to live with his dad. It's hard to deal with the sorrow. Pina decides to fulfill Lorenzo's wish the following morning by dressing him up as a lion, which Lorenzo's dad arrives to pick him up on the same day as Flora intends to leave the apartment without Igor's knowledge, thinking she's entitled to the photocopier he bought urgently to move it. Tragedy strikes when Flora dies while trying to move it down the stairs. Igor, who was waiting for this chance, now has the freedom to be with Pina without any interference from others over the people who were once in their circle. Igor and Pina are then able to start a new relationship without any obstacles, creating a new family in the face of such tragedy as the film comes to an end.